Mayer. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Beautiful morning, Joe.
Really is gorgeous, yes. Now that we're into September, things will hopefully start to get a little more comfortable, at least during the nighttime hours.
We do need rain, but people had good vacation weeks this summer.
No question, yes.
Yeah.
For the most part, things, once it hit July, finally, things turned around.
Big time, yep.
After a very wet spring, for sure. Not only that, but it's also back to school time.
Imagine that, huh? Poor kids.
Actually, teachers today, poor teachers.
Yeah, that's right. No, it's funny. I ran into a number of teachers the last couple of weeks, and when you see them at the end of the school year, they can't wait to get out. You see them this time of year, they're all excited about the start of the year. So
Yeah.
The kids haven't worn them out yet.
That's right. It will be a little different school year for students and staff at the Squantum Elementary School, right?
Yes, we're in transition. They'll be in the trailer mobile classrooms out there as Lee Kennedy continues to move on getting the school itself built. So there's no easy way to do that, but actually from some teachers that the mobile classrooms were nicer than the ones they had in Squantum School. So there's nobody complaining at this point. Obviously, people live in the area, drive through the area. There's been disruption, will continue to be for a bit, but overall, things are going very well.
Yeah, it was a nice tour of those classrooms last week, and yes, they're bright, they are spacious, they are definitely a step up from some of the classrooms, I'm sure, in the old school.
Most of them.
Just folks should be aware of some different drop-off pickup locations. The main entrance is on Standish Avenue now, so a little bit different traffic management plan out there, I guess, right?
Yes, indeed. And then there's also a website that keep people in tune on what's going on with the project, and also
Sure.
they can check that out through the Quincy Public Schools. But all's good. Obviously, this, as I mentioned, there'll be a little disruption, but they know at the end of the day they're going to have a brand new school facility, long overdue, and so I think people are, they're patient.
What is the timeline now going forward?
I got to get that update. I got a projects meeting later in the week, see where we're at specifically, so I don't want to give a timetable out.
Okay.
And then not have it right.
Sure, absolutely. I know that the reimbursement has been set, right, from the MSBA.
Yes, it has. Yep, we're grateful for that program for sure. That's allowed us to do a lot of school work, not only new buildings but boilers, roofs, windows. It's a great program. I think it's one of the best things the legislature ever did in recent memory. Really, was to create that for communities to help them. So it's. We get a decent rate and look forward to completion.
And I can't help but wonder, Mayor, what is the next school on the schedule?
Well, the next school on the schedule will be a new school in West Quincy.
Okay.
Yes, as you know, we bought the St. Mary's site, the old St. Mary's School. That part of the city goes the furthest distance to get to an elementary school. So they go to Montclair, and Montclair is pretty packed. So I think the next logical location would be the St. Mary's site for a new elementary school for West Quincy. And I obviously we have to go through a process, but I think my colleagues in government would agree with that.
Okay. So which one at a time, though, or is that going to start while the Squantum School is underway?
Well, when this next round, we'll go into the queue at the School Building Authority. But while you have a project in place, they're reluctant to give you another one because there's so much demand from around the state. So, but you never know. So we get in the queue, we do our homework, and do all the planning and paperwork necessary, and we will do that. I think it's just after the first of the year.
I see. Very good. I was hoping we could talk a little bit, Mayor, about that press conference that was held at City Hall over a week ago now regarding the firefighters' protective gear containing those forever chemicals.
Yes. What was most troubling on that, Joe, is that the gear that we bought since 2003 was all advertised being PFAS free, saying that there are no cancer-causing chemicals such as the PFAS in it. So we had working with the union, we had to get a set of gear tested, and it came back positive, which really was disturbing. We've since sent out another three sets of gear that from different batches that we bought. The one that came back positive was part of a set of 30 sets of gear. We buy them as we bring guys on, as you know, in different batches with the fire appointments. So we're waiting to hear back on those. Obviously, with the press conference, we put the company on notice that this is not unacceptable, but it's extremely disturbing. You know, firefighters have to deal with all kinds of noxious fumes, toxic chemicals, and to have it, you know, not feeling safe in your own protection, and that's what that equipment's supposed to be that you wear, personal protection. It's deeply troubling. And so, you know, we're hoping to get those other lab results by the end of this week or early next week. And then from there, we'll know if this was a one-off or has this been a consistent thing in the manufacturing of these. In either case, we obviously will be buying new bunker gear, and hopefully, well, let me say this, we'll be getting new bunker gear. Who'll be paying for it is another question, and that may be what the lawsuit will lead to.
I see. So there is gear that exists that does not have the PFAS chemicals?
Yes, well, that's what this was advertised as.
Right.
Now we're being told there absolutely is gear that does not have this. And you know, Ed O'Kelly, the president of the International, was here, and he expressed concern not only in the PFAS, but other cancer-causing chemicals that are used in these. So, you know, to retard the heat and the water, they use all these chemicals to try to protect the firefighter. But if you're putting chemicals in that cancer-causing, that's not much protection. So
Right.
it's troubling, and it's an issue around the country, Joe, where we may be the canary in the coal mine, but this is an issue countrywide people are going to have to be dealing with. And I think at some point Congress should open up hearings on what the hell's going on here.
Yeah. Do you think it's a basis maybe for a class action suit across the country?
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
Yep.
But in the meantime, will they still have to wear that gear?
Yes, but what the chief has indicated was not to wear it until you get to the scene if you need it. In other words, if it's a medical call, you don't need all the bunker gear on.
I see.
So if there's a call that, you know, there's flames and smoke showing, then that's a different ball game. They have to put the gear on. So, yeah, it's tough. It's a tough decision for the firefighters, but they're being more lenient on when you have to wear it right now.
Okay, yeah. So as Ed Kelly also mentioned, not only the firefighters, but they're going into people's homes, possibly exposing residents as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, and they, their own loved ones. They're putting it in their car. I mean, it goes on, and this stuff is that bad. And not only should be minimized and mitigated, but he's absolutely right. How many other people get exposed?
Right. Well, stay tuned for that one for sure.
Indeed.
Also, today, Mayor, as you know, is preliminary election day in Quincy.
Is it? Wow. I'm aware of that, and I'm hopeful that people will turn out, but I know that, it's just after Labor Day. It's people are just getting focused, as we talked about, back to school and back to the routine, if you will. So I don't know that the turnout will be that great today, but, we certainly encourage people to get out and vote. I know citywide we have the at-large preliminary, and then, of course, Ward 6, the at-large, and the Ward 6 seat as well.
Right. There's a lot of interest this year. It's a total of 27 candidates qualified to make the ballot. So that is good for democracy, for sure.
I think so.
Have you voted yet? It is.
I have not.
You have not?
I have not.
Okay.
I'll vote later in the day. I do like to vote on the day. I do enjoy the actual going in, saying hello to the election workers, and voting in person. I do like that. I certainly understand those people that want to use them to mail-in ballots to make it a little easier, but that whole process hasn't really increased turnout at all. It's just made it easier for people.
Yep. Let's see. About 18 to 20% is the prediction for turnout today. We'll see how that pans
I
out.
don't think it'll be that high. I think it'll be 10.
Okay, there you go. We'll see who's closer. Good to talk to you, Mayor.
Thanks, Joe. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Mayor Thomas Koch, our weekly City Hall update here on AM Quincy.